guys. AMWX.com, meteorologist Michael Clark. Thanks everybody for tuning in today to our live stream and our latest forecast update for what to expect here really across the Midwest over the course of the next 48 hours. I tell you, it's going to be a doozy of a storm. A lot of us here in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, we can all dream about and talk about how much snow this would have been, right? I'm sure you all love to hear that. But hey, for the comments, the questions, leave them for the end if you can, please. I'll go through, give you a little bit of a rundown, the forecast, what we're anticipating, show you some of the models and whatnot, and go from there. But please leave your questions for the end if you can, all right? I know some of us are very impatient individuals and we have to ask them right now. I understand. And I'll answer them for you, all right? But hey, real quick, again, we've been talking about this new product we've been releasing all week that we've released. It's basically our location-specific lightning alert software, our weather alert software. It alerts you of lightning strikes from certain distances, real-time, high-resolution lightning grid here that sends you all kinds of really cool information. Again, the address-specific alerts and text messages right to your phone. It's a really cool software. You can see a lot of our big customers using it, enjoying it, and hoping we can roll it out, share it with some friends. All right, so let's talk about the forecast. Let's take a look here. This is a look at the current advisories across the Midwest, across the central U.S. We've got winter weather advisories to the north. We've got flood watches from southern Michigan, Indiana, all the way down through central Illinois, down through Missouri, all the way down into the Arklatex regions, where down in the deep south, they're going to be dealing with a potentially severe weather outbreak tomorrow. In fact, they've just been upgraded to a moderate risk for severe weather, which we will talk about that in just a second. Winter storm watches have been hoisted here for the Chicago metro area, Rockford, over towards Cedar Rapids, and the Mount Pleasant area of Iowa. And even those of you there, some of our friends in western Illinois, Alexis, Illinois, Monmouth, you guys have a winter storm watch. Snow probably favored back further west. Ice, freezing rain is a concern for the Chicago metro area. And a lot of rainfall here for central Indiana and central Illinois. Let's take a look at how this is going to evolve. This is a look at our high-resolution hourly European computer model. And this just shows rain overspreading the area here through tonight. We'll be dealing with heavy rain tonight, off and on, really throughout the overnight hours and then through early tomorrow morning. And then we'll watch the main area of low pressure work its way in from Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, and work its way in here through central Indiana. And this is going to bring in just an additional round of heavy rain and thunderstorms Saturday night, gusty winds. We're talking wind gusts that could be upwards of 60 miles per hour Saturday night and into the pre-dawn hours of Sunday morning. This storm will lift off and out through the Great Lakes. As it deepens and strengthens on the backside, you'll watch as we loop through again. We're going to change to a very mixed bag of precipitation in the Chicago metro area late Friday and into Saturday. And you can see it working in right here, the pinks, that's freezing rain, sleet. And as the cold air starts to nudge in just a little bit, you can see some really bright pinks showing up. And that has us concerned for freezing rain and then ending as snow on the northwest side of this with a northwest wind. Again, it's a nasty storm for the Chicago metro area and points off to the north and west where they could be dealing with ice accumulations of over a ½ an inch. So that is certainly something that we are concerned with. Let's go to the next image here and talk about the southern portion of this. And this storm here, the southern portion of the storm, this is where we do have that moderate risk for severe weather. This is kind of what we call the Arklatex region, all right? This is southern or eastern Texas, and then this is getting into northwestern Louisiana, southern Arkansas. And this is an area here that we are concerned with. Not only there could be the possibilities of tornadoes, but damaging winds, just kind of all the above here, certainly possible for Friday on the southern end of this. So you have all of Arkansas, Little Rock getting into the enhanced area, and then you go down in here to the Shreveport area and Mount Pleasant, eastern Texas. This area this time of year is really prone to tornadoes. We get these strong storm systems with the entrance region of our jet stream down here to the deep south, and we're going to get some probably pretty significant severe weather reports here tomorrow, and that will shift to the east, all right, on Saturday. So going forward, this is kind of a sprawled out system. It's very big. It's a very big storm system. We're going to watch winds here. They're going to start to pick up, especially tomorrow night and into Saturday. As this area of low pressure approaches, we're watching winds that could gust here Saturday night, again, upwards of 60 miles per hour, and then even lingering across northeastern Indiana, northern Ohio, Michigan areas. Again, those winds that could gust up to 60 miles per hour with this. There's some really strong winds. Deep area of low pressure is a strengthening storm systems moving off to the north and east. A lot of folks are going to be windy. You can see that low working right through Michigan. And then those winds will even work off here into the East Coast. You'll watch the winds here start to become even a little bit stronger there as this storm migrates off to the east. So going forward here, what we're taking a look at is, this is our snowfall forecast, okay? And essentially what we're noting here is a very sharp cutoff. And that cutoff is going to run from St. Louis and then over towards just south of the Bloomington, Illinois area, and then just kind of along and north here of Lafayette, Rensselaer, over towards I-90, north of Fort Wayne. This is a very sharp cutoff because what's going to happen is all this warm air is going to work in and really kind of cut back on some of these snow totals. Chicago Metro, you're about in that 1 to 2 inch snowfall forecast. Get over to the Davenport area though, and you're in that heavier band of possibly 4 to 7. And then up here across Janesville, West Bend, up there near Wisconsin, that's where you're possibly looking at a 7 to 10 inch snow event up to the northern parts of Michigan, all right? Another aspect of this storm is the rain, okay? Heavy rainfall favored, again, for a large portion of the central U.S. This is more like spring. It's January right now. We're talking about rainfall totals that could be widespread 2 to 5 inches, locally higher amounts. I think some of the locally highest amounts are going to be featured right along and north of I-70 here in Indiana, over towards Illinois as well. Effingham got a model average putting you out here just over 4 inches of rain, and then down here towards St. Louis and the southern portions of Missouri and the Boot Heel, and then northern Arkansas as well. So going forward, again, the biggest concern with this system, and I didn't put a graphic in here because I didn't want to get too technical on the ice and show something that caused too much panic. But the biggest concern for me right now is the Chicago metro area, northern Illinois, a possible significant ice storm. And tomorrow, when Brett will do the live stream tomorrow, we'll probably talk more about the ice accumulation potential, because at this distance, there's still so much that can change with ice. But it's definitely something, if you got folks and you know folks up there in Chicago, certainly let them know that this could be a serious situation. Hey, looking beyond, all right, looking out, further out, a lot of our weekly model data continuing to indicate that the pattern can transition to a colder pattern. The latest European model today got colder. Last night it got warmer. You know, it's like a roller coaster of emotions around here. But we do have the potential of bringing in a much colder pattern, at least what we're dealing with now. I mean, you're talking highs here locally in Indy on Saturday that could be close to 70 degrees. So anything colder than that, you know, is going to be cold. Even normal temperatures is going to be 30 to 40 degrees cooler than that. So something to certainly keep in mind is, as this happens, if we go to our next image, you can see the precipitation pattern, that it will subside some because the cold will naturally suppress the storm track. But it's this kind of pattern here that can favor snows coming further south. All right, instead of being into the Green Bay, Chicago area, they can come down to Indy and even the Ohio River at times in patterns like these. And it's kind of you know, something that's somewhat not uncommon in El Niños during February. These southern storms, they can have big storms that can be suppressed and be southern track a little bit more. Just something here to consider. So what I'll do now is I'll go through and I will answer some questions. I'll kind of look here on the stream and see what you guys are saying. If you guys see any on Periscope or YouTube, anywhere else that you can direct me questions I can answer, I'd be happy to do that. All right, but let's see what we got. Love the new green wall, Ashley. Appreciate that. Jeff hates ice. I do too, Jeff. Anything coming around the 16th or 17th? 16th or 17th of January? Yeah, a little after that. Closer to the 19th, I think. Jim, how you doing? Let's see. Is it safe for me to run my snowblower out of gas and put it in storage? I have no idea. I hope it's safe. It could be a dangerous operation. I'm just kidding. I still think there's some snow in there. I'd hold off on doing that, okay? Let's see what we got here. Looks like a blend of what you had a couple days ago. Yeah, it looks right. Anything else? Am I missing anything? Will there be any breaks in the rain once it starts? Here we go. Let's go back to this. Heading to Tulsa, Oklahoma from West Central Indiana Sunday morning. Will there be difficult travel? I don't think so. No, this should be all rain. You'll just be driving through rain. Great work as always. Thank you, Travis. Dwight, Illinois, 3+ inches of rain, question mark. That's probably a good bet. How much rain for the Lafayette area? Again, probably around 3 to 4 inches of rain or so, maybe locally higher. Love the green screen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is that a Richmond Spider shirt? No. I don't know what that is, Justin. It's a Spider shirt, the brand, but it's not. I don't think it's from Richmond.
Richmond Spiders, the school.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, cool. Anyways, let's see. Rodney, do I need to go buy milk and bread for this low pressure system? Yeah, and bring it to my house and help us cook, will you? Safe travel to Maine. Yep, safe travel there. Rain means we get wet dogs and mud. Yeah, I know that feeling. I have a dog at home who's in heat right now. Yeah, that's probably going to be pretty treacherous travel. That might be near impossible. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. That'll be a tough one. Good luck with that. Drive safe. How much total in Indianapolis for rain? 3-4 inches of rain maybe. No snow in Indiana. There could be a rogue spin up of a tornado. That's not impossible, Anthony.
Tornadoes with temperatures?
That's what I just answered. Yeah. I think it's possible you could get a brief spin up, but if this was all snow, it would be a nightmare. It would be. Yeah, I'd be scared. I would be scared. So I was looking at the models, and the cap was only 800 to 1,000. Can tornadoes fire at that low down south? Yes, they can. Are we expecting any snow? Nope, no snow. Only if you buy eggs too. This is all snow, it'd be a nightmare. Yeah, it would be. Again, can we go back to the snow map, Brett? We got a lot of people asking, are we going to get snow? And again, here's the idea for snow, guys. This is where we're looking at snow in terms of the possible accumulation. So I don't anticipate any problems at all here across Indiana, Central Illinois, Ohio. The biggest thing is it possible? Can you pull up? I don't know if you can pull up that computer. If we could pull up a freezing rain forecast from the latest NAM 3. If you exit that slideshow, see if you go over and just go to COD. Just go to College of DuPage. So you'll see our computer here. And what we can try and do real quick is pull up the latest, just the latest NAM computer model that for the ice accretion. Again, I'm hesitant to show this, but anyone can see it. It's not like it's top secret. We do have fear that it could be a significant ice event in the Chicago area. So let's see here. Perfect weekend for the kids to play these indoor games. It is. It is a perfect weekend for that, for sure. Brett's pulling it up. He's going to pull up the freezing rain forecast. Holy moly. What just happened to my green screen? Where'd you go? There we go. That's ridiculous. Can you maximize that?
Yeah,
or go to the Northern Illinois view. So we got Brett over here. He's changing up our graphic real quick so we can show you something a little silly. This is not for clicks or for hype. So before anyone comments on that in here, just put the kibosh on that. All right. Boy, this is wild. That's wild. Have I ever seen anything that aggressive?
I've never seen anything that aggressive.
So while we do not endorse these, these are ice accumulation. This would be a historic, catastrophic event. I don't agree with that at all in terms of the intensity, but boy, that's impressive. These are over 1.5 inches totals for ice. I think it's overdone. I put that out there right now. Brett, how about the NAM 12? Did it look any different for that? But those are some pretty significant ice totals. Where's the biggest threat for damaging winds? Damaging winds are probably going to, all across central and southern Indiana, there can be damaging winds this weekend.
You want to tell them why this is a big ice threat? Oh my.
Jeez Louises. So these are the models that we're that we're showing right now. Good Lord Almighty. I mean, so it's really hard to put any kind of stock into these. All right, but regardless, what you're seeing is an incredible signal here from the models for ice. Brett, why don't you roll over to? Can you roll over to Pivotal or maybe Weatherbell and pull up an ice map from there, possibly? Regardless, Kirk's wanting to know, so can we explain the situation of ice? So essentially what's happening is because there's so much warm air coming in, the warm air advection coming into this system, what's happening is you're getting this warm nose of air that works into the mid-levels of the atmosphere and causes whatever type of moisture was falling, whether it had been a sleet or ice or snow or whatever, it's causing it to melt in the mid-level of the atmosphere around 5,000 to 7,000 feet. Well, then what's happening is that at the surface we have a strong northeast wind, we have cold air advection that's working in up under this system that's causing those surface temperatures to be colder. And so what that means is that it falls as rain but freezes on contact. So here's that European model. Is this the European? This is the NAM3. We'll pull up the European model. It's a little bit more believable, but it's still pretty intense up there for the Chicago metro area. So it's loading. All right, here's the European. Can we zoom in a little bit? Is it possible?
This is
Full zoom. There we go. That's good. So again, this is still showing over an inch of ice, which again would be incredibly significant, and I still believe probably unlikely at this point. I just don't know that you're going to get an inch of ice out of this. Regardless, the northeastern section of Illinois, Chicago metro area north, this is a big deal. So just something to keep in mind, all right, something to monitor. It's still 2 days away. There is a winter storm watch out. I would not be surprised at all if this can turn into an ice storm warning of some sort and something that could be somewhat significant. So thank you for that. I appreciate the compliment, Andrew. Anybody have any other questions before we wrap this up? Make sure you share this for us. Get this out there in the open and share it with your friends. Tag your friends. We appreciate that. You got anybody in Chicago that needs to know what's coming? Make sure you tag them in it. Okay. Any questions anywhere else from any other Periscope or anything? Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, we appreciate you watching. Green Bay game this weekend. Yeah, Dustin, it'll definitely be fun. But Derek, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Share this with your friends. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back tomorrow with more on this storm coming in here for the weekend. Take care.